Yeah, that's a good question, Tyler. And I strongly believe that, when you have an opportunity like this where you have momentum, and there clearly is momentum at the retail counter, you need to put the accelerator down and invest in growth opportunities for your company. So the companies that have not got a strong balance sheet, those companies who have recently gone through bankruptcy, there's been several in the last year, they're going to have a tough time playing offense. They're going to have a tough time doing anything other than meeting their debt requirements. So I put those guys in a different category of that, as you suggest, have not, because the Walmarts, the Targets, the Home Depots, the Macy's, who have a strong balance sheet, are just going to go aggressively after taking more and more market share.
Yeah, you're too much of a gentleman to mention the names of J.C. Penney. I will, and like Neiman and others that have gone through bankruptcy. What are you hearing about the patterns of shopping that people are doing? Are they buying earlier this year because they fear they're not going to be able to get what they want as supply chain interruptions disrupt spending?
So here's my own experience of decades of experience of when the consumer buys earlier due to supply shortages. Tyler, they do that, and it's actually good for the early business. But what most consumers don't understand is that they will also spend late. So when they spend early, they think they got it. They think we nailed the whole holiday shopping needs. They always come back, almost always come back and do another group of buying purchases toward the end. So it's a double dip, which it only is good news for those retailers in the gift categories.
That's very wise, Terry. I'm already starting to see some signs of that personally. So you mentioned your decades of experience. How would you categorize the inflation we're going through today with previous episodes that the country has faced?
So I've said on this program in the past that moderate inflation is actually good for many parts of the retail industry, because prices have been held down so long for so many years, because whenever there was an opportunity to source product elsewhere, we just moved production, from China to Indonesia or Vietnam or wherever the appropriate place was, who have tooled up and had the workforce skilled to the requirements of the product. And so we're always able to keep products down. I mean, we basically saw no inflation for the last 10 years in apparel, as an example. And so moderate inflation, actually, consumers will pay for moderate increases, particularly if you're talking about, a $50 dress going to $52, $53. It's not going to balk at that. Having said that, there are categories that are significantly up. And I think, the housing market comes to mind. Certainly prices of lumber, prices of appliances and the like are skyrocketing. I do believe that will correct itself over time, but I think the supply and demand will come in balance much quicker in other categories.
Who's the hot retailer, the hot new retailer this season? Is it Vuori?
I like them, Tyler. This is Vuori is their name. It's a small company, but they've recently gotten some big support from I think private equity and individual retail buyers, because they see the product is different. It's differentiated. It certainly fits a casual lifestyle, but it's high quality. It's upscale, a great fabrication. I think they've got a good run in front of them. And so the answer is, yeah, they have very few retail stores. It's been an online play that just now has opened retail stores. I actually went to my first retail store a couple of weeks ago in San Diego, California, and was very impressed with not only the product, but the service and the whole experience.